episode 26. It's like day 11. No, day 12. Day 13 of the carb cycling routine. So it's all going pretty good. I just had chuck roast last night. I made that instead of French toast, so I brought my carbs down. And honestly, I think I'll just do that next week, is reduce my carbs by eating chuck roast and see how my body does with that. See if maybe my body responds to the higher fats. Also, red meat, your body produces, what do you call it? Creatine whenever you eat it. So if that's the case, then, you know, maybe I'll see some muscle fullness from it. And I don't know, it'll just be satisfying. Like, I'll get to eat like 9 ounces cooked weight of chuck roast if I do that, versus just 8 slices of French toast. So I'm basically just going to bring my carbs down next week, and that'll be the change. Nothing significant, but enough to like maybe cause a change. But we're looking pretty lean. Getting I don't know what the lighting looks like in here, but getting some little abbies, getting the ab veins down here. So serratus is starting to stick out. So it looks pretty good, at least in the mornings. As soon as I drink all this water, I get kind of soft pretty quick. But I eat like 7 grams of sodium a day, and I combine that with 2 gallons of water. So that definitely is a fantastic combination to retain a lot of water weight. But that's okay, you know, I'm trying to lose fat, not water weight. I'll worry about the water when it's time to. And what I think I'm going to do is, I've been joking with my employees and friends. Yeah, we're going to do the Cinco de Mayo Classic, which is a show I made up. And honestly, like, you know how funny it would be to actually have a Cinco de Mayo Classic? I was thinking of like, what if, I mean, I don't know if this is something you can actually do or not, but I feel like because it's a production, you can. And at the awards, not make them, but offer the winners tequila. Get them to do a tequila shot for, you know, Cinco de Mayo, and then offer a beverage company service that has like pre-made margaritas on site, and basically just try to get the crowd super hammered. And I think they would have fun, because I know what it's like to be at a show. I don't know if anyone else has been to one that's like watching this, but they're fucking boring. Like, it's interesting to see the competition, but after you've seen one, you kind of get the gist. And then watching like 7 more divisions go, you're like, all right, I want to go home. So if I could host my own competition, I'd also need to figure out like what would be an efficient way for the athletes to get to like show themselves off, but also what would be like a good venue. And I think the old school way of using a theater is very good, because they used the theater for a reason. It had great lighting already set up. It had audio set up, so you don't have to pay to set those things up. And generally, you have great seating that's already set up. Whereas at another venue, like a hotel venue, yes, it's better in terms of athlete logistics. Like, they can go stay at the local hotel, maybe like a couple rooms over, a floor down, there's someone doing a spray tan. So you're kind of like all in-house. But honestly, I don't really think that provides enough value to justify it. I don't, obviously haven't looked into this much, but intuitively to me, I feel like it costs more to rent out a ballroom, convention center, and actually use it efficiently, versus getting it done at like, you know, a performing arts center at some sort of like theater type place. So food's always in the description. That way I don't have to describe any of this shit. It's kind of just, I feel like I always have to say the same thing over and over again, and it makes these videos not fun to make. And that's why I do the shorts, in case someone like needs to know something specific, then they can get their questions answered there. But I just got home, and just getting this stuff started because this stuff takes the longest. The oats and the water for the rice. And then we'll put these dishes away, get the kitchen set up and ready, and then we'll start cooking. Also, I haven't had any water yet today, so I gotta chug my first quarter gallon and get that started. You know, wake up the organs, wake up the kidneys, let them know I'm awake. I don't really drink coffee anymore. For a long time, I was just addicted to coffee, just drinking it constantly. It was just a part of my daily habit and routine, which isn't a problem. There's, you know, those worse things. I could wake up smoking crack, you know, that wouldn't be too great. But no, not waking up to smoke crack. Instead, it was spending like $10 a day on a coffee. And honestly, that addiction might be worse because you just end up with no money at the end of the month. Because I work, so I use that as a justification to get coffee. And then on the weekends, I just want coffee. So I could literally spend $70 a week, $280 a month on coffee, which is the stupidest fucking thing in the world. Goodbye, abs. Part of me also likes to think if water was enough to ruin your abs, you probably didn't have abs in the first place. But, you know, shit happens. I don't know if the girlfriend this morning is going to want Diet Coke or not, but I'll set hers out, set mine out. Ugh. Yeah, I got some really good seasonings. It's, you know, I wish you could smell them like a perfume, because a large part of your smell, or a large part of your taste, is your smell. So if I can't go ahead and taste, how am I going to, or smell, how am I going to know if I want to taste this seasoning on my food? I don't know. So I bought a shit ton of seasoning. Luckily, my intuition led me to get, I think it was a 5 out of 6 win overall. The steak rub, needed some for the chicken this week. We ran out, so I got more. Smells great. Doesn't smell too peppery. I got some organic no salt seasoning. This way I can add more flavor without adding too much salt. It smells like, oh, it smells so good. I think it's the celery, thyme, and the carrot in it. But it just smells like the chicken, what do you call those? Chicken pot pies and pot roast that I make. This garlic and herb, I don't know what herb they put in there, but all I smell is lemon pepper. Like this is what, yeah, lemon peel. There it is. Yeah. Kinder's garlic and herb at Costco. Fuck that shit. It sucks. I probably will never use it unless I eat fish, and I never eat fish. Kinder's prime steak. Got this at Academy in the grill section. Holy shit. This was the, oh. It smells like butter. It smells so good. Black garlic and truffle. I am a whore for black garlic and truffle. And then we got the Kinder's caramelized onion butter, which smells very similar. It's the same brand, but it's just missing that like little umami at the end. So I think those will be great. I might throw this organic no salt seasoning and the caramelized onion butter on my omelet this morning. I'll try those. The girlfriend wants chuck roast from last night on her omelet, so we'll do that. Let's go ahead and get these dishes put away so we can start cooking. Yeah, I think this week I'm just gonna decrease the carbs a little bit, increase the protein by turning it over to chuck roast, and we'll just kind of see what happens. Part of me feels like I'm violating my experimental mindset and changing variables once again. Another part of me just says, go fuck yourself. So, you know, we're at odds here. We'll figure something out. I need to sharpen all my knives this weekend. I sharpened one, the one my mom got me for my birthday. But I don't really use that one for cooking. It's more of like a, I don't know, it's more of a novelty. My girlfriend thought it was funny. I told her last night that she's like, where do you get that knife? It's like this big Bowie knife. I was like, oh yeah, in elementary school and stuff, when I had good grades, my parents used to buy me knives. She was like, what? I was like, yeah, you know, I always wanted weapons. So I had knives and throwing stars, sword. And then, you know, I obviously got into airsoft guns because my friends and I in our neighborhood, we just wanted to shoot each other all the time. So we did that. My friend, an employee, he's a little younger than me, and he's gotten into airsoft, and he's gone to like, well, because he's like the adult age, he can go to those airsoft arenas, you know, drive himself there. And honestly, I'm jealous. It looks like so much fun. I would totally do it. So we're getting the plates out for the omelettes. Girlfriend also wants French toast. So I'll go ahead and get that heated up too. Or I'll make that fresh. That's probably the best thing to finish with. You'll put the little French toast in the little plate. So yeah, we got a pretty involved breakfast today. It's gonna be good though. We're gonna need a spoon. Fuck me. All right, cool. We're gonna need 2 forks and a spoon. Probably don't need to eat, or need to eat with the forks, but the spoon I need for cooking. There we go, all organized. All right, now let's get out the ingredients. Think through everything we need. That's the only thing I don't like about changing recipes, is you forget what ingredients you need because you haven't practiced it enough. So it does throw you off a little. Luckily, I got this whole oats thing down, so that's no issue. It's just we're gonna do the egg whites first. All right. So I need 2 containers of egg whites. I need onion. There we go. I got the onion. What else do I need? Chuck roast and chicken. We got a chuck roast, onion, egg white. I need the chicken, Dijon mustard, green onion, cheese. That should be it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see in a second. All right, let's get our asses moving. A little behind here. All right. Egg white. Let's get this rolling. What I didn't think about is, since my girlfriend's doing half of her egg whites and half of her egg whites in her French toast. So she's doing she wants a scramble today, and she wants French toast. That's what we'll do. So I'll let that one heat up. A little flustered this morning trying to catch up with everything right now. So I'm jealous she gets to have the chuck roast with her breakfast, but I just couldn't fit all that extra calories in and still get my protein the way I wanted to. So I will just wait for dinner time. So 1.5 cups egg white. Cool. The remaining goes into the oats. And let me reposition this camera and put on an apron. All right, just pop it on the apron, lowering the heat in the first pan so I can catch up a little bit. All right, there we go. A little oil in there. Had to do the math also, so. Had to use a trash can to block the door so the dog wouldn't bark. I had recorded a video once before and he barked the whole time at the neighbors walking by because there's a little hole in our curtain. And I couldn't get a single word out. So I was like, you know what? Let's get ahead of that today and block it. All right. Onion, chicken. Let's do this. Yeah, today we got legs. I think it's a Smith squat day. Can't remember exactly, to be honest. Yes, it is a Smith squat, because if I squatted on the barbell today or this week, then that means I'm definitely on the Smith by the end of the week. Fuck, those are scary moments. Sometimes the skin peels back on the onion when you're like working with it, and the blade just slides right in your freaking fingers. Sometimes it's just because the onion's kind of like wet or old, so there's like moisture between the skin, but luckily for me there, I did not cut myself. So I'm gonna spread this out. I'm gonna quickly get the chicken on mine because this thing's cooking kind of fast. Okay, reducing the heat on that one also. I need to put this into like a bowl. Can't use that other bowl. I gotta dip the French toast in that square, that flat bottomed glass bowl. So there we go. All right, I think it's chicken time. And then I gotta pop this back in the microwave to cook the egg whites through. It's a lot to manage all at once. So we figure it out. It ain't that bad. Okay, 4.5 ounces for chicken for me. And then 3.8 ounces of chuck roast for the lady. Awesome, right on the money. Little bite-sized pieces, and then some green onions and cheddar cheese I'll throw on there. Then I can stop feeling so rushed. Lower the heat again on both. Just kind of slow down the process. You always forget that that's something you can do, is just slow down the heat. Let yourself catch up rather than letting the food tell you when to be done. Okay. Throw a little seasoning on both of these. So we're going to try the caramelized onion butter today on both. I'm not going to put much else on hers in terms of like flavorings because she wants hers to have like the salsa on it. So I'll just kind of keep it light. right, there we go. 28 grams of cheese. I'm going to cover the pan to melt the cheese. Okay, just need to get into this drawer. There's our cover. Beautiful. All right, so let's get the ladies chuck roast cut up. Man, these chuck roasts came out beautiful last night. Very, very happy with that. So cool. Right, what I needed. Since it's already cooked beef, just got to get it warm. And then I'm gonna move the egg whites in the pan around a little bit for her so that they can kind of finish. But I want these beef pieces nice and minced up, so she doesn't have to use a knife or anything. But I'll probably pause this video in a second and then rush her a little bit. Yeah, that looks really good. Wash the hands. All right, let me let her know. Okay, so the scramble is looking good. It's a total violation of my rules by moving the egg whites in the pan, but she wants a scramble and not an omelet. So just gonna scramble it up. Just don't move them too much. I think it's best to just let the egg whites kind of just cook and then break them up when you're about to serve. But the smoke and that grill flavor, you can just smell it and it smells amazing. Yeah, that's great. I'll just cover that, put that off the heat just so it can stay warm. Oh my gosh, I forgot to start the rice. My bad. That. And then the mustard. I do need my tomatoes. I gotta open a new can. All right, well, she saw the message, so better get her ass moving. I'm gonna put hers over here. Let that pan keep the plate hot. And then we'll get the French toast pan nice and hot and ready to go there. All right, we're gonna start on the French toast dredge, which is dumb easy. It's just a cup of egg whites with some cake batter extract, which I'm about to use in my oats as well. Just a splash. Third of a cup of Splenda. And then what's missing? We'll do a little vanilla paste just to add one more flavor. Cool, now we just whisk it up. That's ready for the egg whites. Now I'm just going to put the tomatoes on my omelet. She's a beauty. Now the fold. Yes, beautiful omelet. Switch this one over, turn this one off. I'll let this sit here for a little longer just to kind of let the residual heat keep it warm. And we're about to start this French toast. Real quick and easy. All I gotta do is just drop the bread in it and put it in the pan. It's like the easiest breakfast recipe you could ever do. It's also a great dessert if you're ever wanting something like that. At different times I crave different things. So like right now, my craving has definitely been like salty, savory, beefy stuff. But for like 2 weeks it was sweets. So we just kind of flip-flop around the macros and just kind of see if we can satisfy those little urges. So she only has 4 slices, so I can make them really dense. If it's mine where I have to stretch the same amount of egg whites over 8 slices, I have to move them very quick in and out of the dredge. Otherwise, by the end of it, I have bread and then I have no egg white to dip it in. But with this, we just get everything sopping wet. And then I can spoon any leftover egg white onto the top. And it makes the French toast just really, really good. It makes it nice and heavy. which I think French toast should be crispy on the outside and like dense on the inside. But, you know, it's all preference, really. So we're going to take the spoon. We're going to spoon some of the egg white onto here. And just really saturate it. Good. All right. And then we just dust it with a little cinnamon. Last thing to do is just blend my my flavoring into my oats. Take a small hiatus break to eat, and then I will just cook up my veggies and then throw them in my rice, and then our food's ready for the day. So this is good, that's good. Right. All right, oatmeal time. And then I will settle the breakfast up and get it going. Probably gonna do one more water chug, so go ahead and pour that up so I can get up to a half gallon. I got to train much earlier today than I normally do, about 7 hours earlier than I normally do on weekdays. So I really have to catch up with water and food. But let me get these last ingredients in here. So we got 15 grams of cocoa powder. So it's like 2.5 tablespoons. We got 2 teaspoons espresso powder. 1, 2. Oh, don't need that. Almost put vanilla in there. We're gonna do our almond extract, which gives us that really, really beautiful almond extract taste. I just can't describe it as anything else. It just tastes like cake. And then another splash, probably a 1/4 teaspoon of the cake batter extract. And then we just slowly work it at first. You don't want to splash the cocoa powder everywhere. And then once you get everything loosened up, then whisk it. It should be good. I'm going to set this pan on top of the plate. I like to use the pan to heat the plate, because one of the things that will most quickly cool down your food is a cold plate. Let's check on these. All right, so with very little effort, I was able to get the French toast to slide across the pan. That's when I know it's ready. It kind of releases. It's like that with a cast iron, and that's where I learned something's usually done if it releases from the pan. That means the proteins have like finally cooked themselves off. And that's why I don't like moving egg whites a lot. For some reason, that doesn't happen. They don't release anymore. And the only time the egg whites will release is once the pan's fully cooled, and the egg whites will contract and they'll pull away from the pan, and then you got like this weird like skin in the pan. All right, so chocolate oats are done. French toast is done. I'm gonna set this beautiful breakfast spread out just so you guys can see how I put a breakfast together in 20, 30 minutes for 2 people with good effort, you know, really high quality food. So I'm gonna let that finish, and I'm gonna get this situated over here. And then presentation. Omelette 10 out of 10 today with chocolate oats. Got the egg scramble and the French toast. It looks like she wanted the Diet Coke anyways. Boom shakalaka.